And welcome back. Are you preparing for a garden this year? We wanted to know where you are at with planning to plant. Have you started seedlings? How are they looking? Are you even planning on having a garden this year?
We asked all of you to give us your answers, and we picked some fun ones to share today. And our first answer comes from Yvette, and she says she has tried for 2 years to get a garden going. Her house had a nice raised garden when her family moved in, and she said she always wanted one. After doing her own research, or so she thought, she spaced them, planted things that thrive next to each other, like tomatoes next to marigolds and so on. But she says it was a fail both years. But despite those fails, Yvette says she had more success with the lettuce plant that she bought, which was already potted. That's the same luck I would have. And this year, Yvette says she is going to plant wildflowers, going in a completely different direction. But you know, I really relate with, like, you needed to buy the potted plants first. In the gardening part, just like really didn't happen.
Oh, that is so real. That is so real. I cannot, like, I have tried so many years to try and get my seedlings to go.
Yeah.
They don't.
They don't
like,
happen.
They just like, they sprout up and then I let them live for a little bit and then they're just like, nope, I don't.
That's it.
He's not a very good caretaker.
No.
Oh. Well, our next answer comes from JC, and JC told us that she's a little behind on gardening prep this year, but luckily she mostly grows perennials, which are already popping up. She says she's likely to get other starter plants for her garden from the Mankato's Farmers Market and Drummers this spring.
Not a bad idea. It's always a good spot to go.
Yep.
And you know, for this next response, our newest reporter, Kendall Larson, sent us a really nice message. She says that she's not much of a gardener, nor does she have her own space for one. So she doesn't have a garden, but Kendall is looking forward to seeing the flowers bloom in a month or so. And I have to say, I relate so much to this one. I also don't really have a yard. And if I did, I'd have to share it with my housemates. And they're kind of picky. I don't know what the vibe is, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited to see everything too.
And see, I've tried, you know, I've had like the windowsill. I've tried doing like, and even on like my front porch, like I've tried doing it there. But again, I can do house plants, but like vegetable plants for my own food, own consumption, I just can't do it.
No.
I didn't even do it this year, so I don't know why I did it. But, well. Up next, our own Cato Living director, Leah, gave us a fairly thorough response. Leah says she has to do a yard cleanup prep this weekend. Everybody say, at the same time. Leah says her weekend garden chores include trimming and shaping a tree. I wonder what shape it's in. Raking and clearing out last year's mess and removing plants she's never liked in her yard. Yes, get it finished. Later this month, she plans on planting lavender or making a rock bed along the side of her house.
Bougie.
Leah says she could go as far as potentially paying drummers to plan or plant pollinator plants in her backyard. Some dwarf lilacs for the front, and hopefully a dwarf fruit tree of some kind of front. She also added that she dislikes gardening.
But yet she has this beautiful image in mind of like what her yard can look like.
Yes.
Leah.
Also, when I first read that, I was like, she wants gnomes? Like,
yeah. Dwarfs. Wait, yeah, she wants dwarfs, but no, she wants.
But I read that as like, so you want garden, like, good, got it, Leah, like, I didn't know, you and garden gnomes? Yeah, I'm here for that, but it wasn't that at all.
She said skeletons.
Skeletons, okay.
And now our final response comes from one of our production team members, Jamie, and she gave us a story as to why she'll never touch or grow a plant again. Jamie told us that when she was in 2nd grade, her teacher had everyone grow some plants for science class. Everyone was about to go on spring break for the week, so the teacher had said, water them a little extra because we're going to be gone for a week. So Jamie said she followed directions, poured the same amount of water as her friends and everyone else, yet Jamie's plant never grew. In fact, it got moldy. But Jamie says on the bright side, everyone had to draw what their plants looked like every day for this experiment. And while everyone else was struggling to draw, Jamie says she just sat around drawing a cup of dirt. Since then, Jamie says she hasn't allowed herself to have plants or touch one. And honestly, Jamie, I feel the same way. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, it's so funny because I'm like, so you haven't like touched like a leaf, like, or a
it just
tree
instantly like shrivels up
since like 2003, like. Come on, Jamie.
I mean, if the plants are gonna die, like, yeah,
That's
I wouldn't
true.
touch them either.
That's true.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Well, still to come on Cato Living, we're going to Spring Alive. One plant expert will show us the art and science behind growing quality plants of all kinds. Stay with us. We'll be right back after